Describing the violation enforcement procedures sent out to owners through the association's management company. Do we have any discussion on that?
We don't have any discussion, but we make a motion to go ahead and adhere to those stipulated in the mail out to the community.
All right, so we have a motion from Tanya. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
All right. Any further discussion?
No further discussion.
All right, all in favor?
All in favor?
All in favor.
All right, okay. All right. The third item up for business today is a discussion and vote on rescinding the association's previous violation procedure approved on August 5th of 2013.
Yes, we do want to rescind that because it pretty much contradicts what we have in place right now. Joey looked over the information and that contradicts it, so we want to rescind it.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to rescind the August 5th, 2013 violation procedure?
There is a motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I second the motion.
All right, all in favor?
All in favor?
All in favor.
All right. All right, the motion passes. All right. The fourth item and the last item up for business today is a discussion and vote on the written recall attempt served on the association on August 18th of 2015. The association was served with this through service on the attorney, as well as attempted service on members of the board, as well as a member of the management company. By law, board meeting is required to be held within 5 business days of receipt. We are within the 5 days for this meeting. Today is August 21st. Prepared today is a proposed resolution of the board that I will read and ask for the board to consider at the, once I'm done reading it, I'll read it word for word, and then we'll ask for the board for a vote on it.
Okay.
The proposed resolution is resolution number 2015-2 of Spencer's Plantation Owners Association, dated August 21st, 2015. This resolution is made this 21st day of August 2015 by the Board of Directors of Spencer's Plantation Owners Association, Inc., a Florida corporation not-for-profit, hereinafter referred to as association. Whereas the association was served with an attempt to recall a majority of the Board of Directors by written recall ballots on August 18th, 2015, and whereas the association was mailed a copy of the written recall ballots titled Spencer's Plantation Owners Association Homeowners Written Recall Agreement Ballot on Tuesday, August 18th, 2015, and whereas the Board of Directors is required to schedule a meeting within 5 business days of service of the written recall agreement to determine whether to certify or not certify the recall, and whereas the Board of Directors has reviewed the information submitted as part of the recall attempt and determines to pass this resolution regarding its determination whether to certify the recall, now it is resolved that the Board of Directors, after reviewing all information submitted to it regarding the written recall attempt, hereby passes the following resolution with its determination on the recall attempt. Roman numeral 1. The Board of Directors has determined to not certify the recall attempt for the following reasons, as specifically enumerated below. Paragraph A. The association received a total of 117 ballots. The ballot executed by the owner of the property at 2795 Woodstock Trail does not contain any designation of whether the directors will be recalled, nor a designation for voting of replacement candidates, and is therefore invalid. The ballot executed by the owner of the property at 2735 Woodstock Trail does not contain a designation for the voting of replacement candidates. The remaining 115 ballots received seek to elect as replacement candidates more members than there are seats available, as the recall attempt seeks to remove Kelly Hoffhines, who is not a director. Julie Redfern was appointed to the Board of Directors on March 31st, 2015, due to the resignation of Kelly Hoffhines. Therefore, only directors Tanya Reese and Jose Sanchez are subject to recall. However, all 115 ballots which contain a vote for a replacement candidate seek to vote for Charles Weaver, Danny Hood, and Lynn Neely as replacement candidates. As there are an equal number of votes, 115, for each of the 3 replacement candidates, each ballot contains more votes for replacement candidates than directors subject to recall, and therefore the ballots are invalid. A copy of the 117 ballots received is incorporated into this resolution as Exhibit 1. The ballots associated with the property addresses listed below were also declared invalid for the reasons set forth below. The association is made up of 222 members. The board voted to suspend the voting rights of 34 members on June 26, 2015. Since that time, 10 owners have made payment in full, thereby restoring their voting privileges. This has resulted in the lowering of the total number of qualified voting interests by 24 from 222 to 198, thereby requiring a vote of 100 or more of the members to recall members of the board. The board further notes that a great number of ballots with signatures that do not match owner signatures contained in the public record and utilized by the board in determining the validity of the ballots cast, signifying that the ballots were either forged or signed by a party without noting an existing power of attorney or other instrument authorizing the individual to sign on the owner's behalf. Finally, and in addition to concerns regarding invalid signatures, certain ballots were executed by individuals other than the record owner of the property. After invalidation of the vote of the 43 of the ballots associated with the property addresses below, the total number of votes in favor of the recall totaled 74. Therefore, the recall fails as the association has not received the vote of a majority votes of the members necessary to certify or recall a majority of the board. And these are the property addresses and the reasons for not accepting those ballots. 3114 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. Owner's voting rights were suspended on June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 3065 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3070 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3090 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3091 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3109 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3117 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3134 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3157 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3167 White Heron Trail, owner is deceased, ballot not executed by record property owner. 3175 White Heron Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 3058 White Heron Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2707 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2784 Spoonbill Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2791 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2796 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2833 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2848 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2849 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2866 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2879 Spoonbill Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2882 Spoonbill Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2715 Spoonbill Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2723 Spoonbill Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 728 Turnstone Court, ballot signed by tenant living in property not by owners of record and is therefore invalid. 735 Turnstone Court, owner executing ballot does not match property owner of record. 2744 Woodstork Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2772 Woodstork Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2759 Woodstork Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2780 Woodstork Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2706 Woodstork Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2727 Woodstork Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2740 Woodstork Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 2756 Woodstork Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2771 Woodstork Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 2795 Woodstork Trail, owners did not mark ballot in any way indicating a vote to recall or replace board members and therefore is not valid. 2759 Burlwood Court, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. 767 Burlwood Court, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. Property has been vacant for 2 years. 708 Red Cedar Court, not listed as the record owner of the property. Ballot executed by Chris Brooks. Property sold on July 30th, 2015 to FREO Florida LLC. 716 Red Cedar Court, not listed as record owner of property. Ballot executed by Zhang Tang Lu. Record owner is Zhang Ping Lu. 4210 Snowy Egret Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015 and therefore is not entitled to vote. 4223 Snowy Egret Trail, owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015, and therefore is not entitled to vote. 4227 Snowy Egret Trail, signature on ballot does not match with signature on file. Owner's voting rights suspended June 26, 2015, and therefore is not entitled to vote. In order to verify signatures, the association reviewed documents signed by the purported property owners, which are available in the public records of Clay County, Florida. Such documents generally include a copy of a recorded mortgage and/or promissory note. The rejection of ballots indicating signature on ballot does not match with signature on file notes that the signatures on the ballots do not match with those signatures on documents of public record and are therefore either forged or signed by a party without noting an existing power of attorney or other instrument authorizing the individual to sign on the owner's behalf. A copy of the documents utilized by the association in its attempt to verify signatures is incorporated into this resolution as Exhibit 2. Roman numeral 2. For the above reasons stated herein, the recall attempt by the members by written agreement and served on the association on August 18, 2015 is not certified. The duly authorized officers of the undersigned association have executed and attest to this resolution this 21st day of August 2015. Spencer's Plantation Owners Association, Inc. by Tanya Reese as secretary. And it's noted that Ramos Jose Sanchez, president of the association, approves this resolution through attendance at the meeting of the board of directors on August 21st, 2015 by telephone. I've read the resolution in its entirety. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution as read?
There is a motion to approve the resolution as read.
All right, do I have a second?
Yes, I second it.
All right, all in favor?
In favor.
All in favor.
All right, the resolution is adopted. And to confirm what's stated in the resolution, do I have a motion by the board to not certify the recall attempt as served on the board on August 18th, 2015?
There is a motion not to certify the recall.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second.
All right, all in favor?
All in favor.
All right, the motion
All in
passes.
favor.
All right. At this time, that concludes the business. Do I have any comments that members would like to make? Yes.
Hi, I have two comments. My name is Judy Martin, 2768 Woodstock Trail. My comment is to Jose Sanchez. Jose, you do realize that you are fiduciarily responsible for the money that belongs to the homeowners, and there are consequences when you do not fulfill your duties. That's a comment. My second comment is for the lawyer here, Mr. Ed Ronsman. Mr. Ronsman, how do you feel about supporting a dictatorship of tyrants? I would like to know, because there's only two families in this community that want to have these two people on board. And all that's gonna happen is we're gonna do another recall and another recall and another recall, and I know you're making a lot of money, but you do have a reputation to keep with the state. That's my other comment. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Do I have any further comments? Yes.
I have several questions for Mrs. Reese and Mr. Sanchez. I want to know how is the best.
I'm sorry, can you state your name for the record, please?
Charlie Weaver,
Okay.
700 Red Cedar Court.
All right, thank you.
How is in the community's best interest to spend so much money on legal fees so you remain on the board of directors?
All right, you can make comments, but the board is not required to answer. I've instructed them not to answer, so please feel free to make any other comments you'd like to make.
Okay, Mr. Rosman, did you advise the board on excessive spending?
All right, do you have any further comments?
Who is Joan Lockett? Who are the other committee members for the art committee?
Okay, thank you for your comments.
Oh, he's not done.
Sure, no, please, yeah, feel free to continue.
The finding process is being changed to what's on there, being sent out to the homeowners from ERA. Doesn't say anything about having a finding committee, it was the lawyer before that. How is that not violation of the homeowner's right to have a finding committee hearing before being charged for an attorney letter?
Okay.
Who are the finding committee members? Do we have a finding committee? So why does the board feel that you don't have to answer homeowners' questions?
The purpose of a board meeting, I'm happy to answer this, is for the board to conduct business. The board is required to allow members to make comments and take those into consideration, and to the extent that a response is necessary that can be provided, it will do so. Do you have any further comments you'd like to make?
Sundays Org only has 2 members listed. It was up for, Kelly was on it until 6/11/15. Kelly was removed on 6/11/15. We spent money to remove her, and we didn't update Julie on there, who was supposedly by an alleged board meeting on the 31st of March, was not added to there. Why are we spending money to incorrectly update Sundays Org?
Okay.
Who is your handwriting expert? What are their handwriting credentials? in that alleged meeting, they said that all board meetings will take place within 45 miles of the homes. We have a handicapped person, and by state law, it says if they are allowed to attend a meeting, if requested by a physically handicapped meeting, who has a right to meeting, they should adjust the meetings accordingly. Wendy is handicapped, but she can't drive on highways, so the mileage from her house to here is 46 miles, which is in excess of what they voted on. I also make a motion that we remove Julie Renter from the board meeting due to missing 3 consecutive board meetings in accordance with our bylaws. Mrs. Reese has used this in the past, removed Chris Dow. So I demand that we remove her since she's failed to meet 3 consecutive board meetings.
Okay, all right, thank you for your comment.
I have a records request and for reviewing financial records. I was told there's attorney-client privilege, yet when I read the 720 code, it says, whole bunch of things, and about the end of it says, consider attorney-client privilege is a strategy until the conclusion of litigation proceedings. A lot of things have been concluded and completed, which I'm still being denied access to.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I have no other questions.
All right, thank you.
I have questions, but here, my name's Christopher Brown, 4210 Snow Egret Trail. At one point in time, I was told my signature didn't match, which I was, okay, I didn't sign a signature card or whatever, okay? So now you're telling me that I was disqualified on the 26th, of July. I never received any notification of that at all.
Okay.
So I think that's completely false.
Twice our vote has been denied. And somebody's lying.
Absolutely unsatisfactory.
Yes.
My name is Carol Polson. I'd like it on the record that the signature on that recall ballot was mine. I swear to that. And I filled out the ballot. And as far as it not being, we moved into that house 10 years ago. We still live in that house. I signed the mortgages, whatever you think you're comparing it to, and that is my signature, I swear.
Okay, all right, thank you. Do you have any further comments? All right, at this time.
Oh, yes, I have a comment.
Okay.
3186 White Heron Trail. My name is Ileana Rivera, and I want to, set for the record, and I want to be on camera, that, it doesn't have anything to do with the recall, but I'm not a public figure. My husband is not a public figure. We can work as much as you want in our yard, intensively, not intensively. You can, Mr. Rovner, you can keep telling the neighbors to, make videos of us, and I really appreciate you stop emailing me, since you said that you're not emailing me and lying on my behalf, because
She's
I
speaking to the
never,
board. She's speaking-
Yes.
ever
I'm trying to
follow
figure out
you.
where her
I never
comments are
ever
coming from.
follow you. I never approach you. I never approach your family. So I want to have that clear for the record. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Are there any further comments? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Definitely, make motion to adjourn the meeting.
All right, do I have a second?
Yes, I second motion.
Okay, all in favor?
All in favor?
All right, the meeting is adjourned at 10:25 a.m. Thank you.
Time for